What's up, everybody?
I'm Jackson.
I'm Kenny.
And we are
JK Builders. If you're new to the channel and you love Lego, you should definitely subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, helps us out a whole bunch. It's always appreciated.
Do it.
We have taken a bit of a hiatus. We haven't made a video in well over a month now, and we're back and better than ever. We took a little bit of time off. Jackson had to build some sunglasses, but we're here now, and we have an awesome review in store for you today. Today we're reviewing one of the largest Marvel sets of all time, and it came with a lot of controversy. We held off on buying it, but we're actually doing an alternate build of the Hulkbuster. So this is the Hulkbuster that is the UCS style Hulkbuster that came out quite a while ago. We didn't buy it because I was not a fan of this set. And even buying this set was a little cringy for me just because I don't like the way it looks. It's not accurate to the movie whatsoever. Now I know there's plenty of you out there that have bought this set that love it. A great building experience. Think it looks cool. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I'm sure it was a great building experience. I'm sure it does look cool. It's very imposing. It's very large as a finished product. But that doesn't overshadow the fact that it is completely wrong as far as the look, style, dimensions, proportions, everything with this set is wrong. And I don't know why Lego didn't get it right to begin with, because we did the alternate build from Ransom Fern, and it is by far 100% better than this set, and it is movie accurate to what we see in the movies. And what the Hulkbuster actually looks like. So anyway, we're not going to break down this box. It has over 4,000 pieces. It retails for $549. We got this on an Amazon Prime deal for $300. So we got it $250 off. That is the only reason I bought this set. There was no way I was going to pay $540 for this set. It was just way overpriced, and for what you get, being completely inaccurate, there's no way I was going to pay $550. But I said if it goes on a good enough sale that I would throw down the money and we would build the Ransom Fern alternate build from Rebrickable.com. I'm going to put a link to those instructions in the description below, so that if you want to build this set, you can. But let's check out this awesome alternate build of the Hulkbuster.
We got the 3 camera.
Alright, here he is, the finished product. Now, there are definitely pros and cons with this set. But as far as the look goes, super huge, super imposing. He is way bigger than he even looks in the photos that I saw before I built it. There was so much that went into this. But if I had to describe the build in just one word, you know what that word would be?
Humongous.
No, it would be grueling.
What?
This build was absolutely grueling. It was painstaking. It was just way harder than I expected it ever would be. Over 4,000 pieces just spread out in a whole bunch of bowls and different divider containers that I have, and trying to dig through and find those pieces, and they're all, gold, red, and gray for the most part. It just was absolutely a daunting task, not for the faint of heart. This is one of those sets that, you have to be in it for the long haul. I actually took over a month off from building this set. I built the torso, and then I took a month off, stopped building it. It sat in the corner on the shelf. And then finally I picked it up and I built it again, and it was just a drudge to the finish line, trying to get it finished. You actually build the interior structure first, like the skeleton, the torso and legs, and then you just completely wrap it in all of these red finished pieces. But yeah, it was a total grind. It was not easy.
This was you walking to the finish line.
Definitely one of the hardest sets and most, not enjoyable times that I've had building Lego, but the finished product blows me away. It's amazing, and it is definitely a showpiece. It's something that is going to look so great on display, but it doesn't come without its disadvantages either, which we will discuss here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and put some pictures side by side of this set with the Lego version of the set, so that we can kind of see the difference of what we're looking at. Over here, you can see we'll start at the top and work our way down. So first of all, the head is completely wrong. In the Lego version, it is way down. And
he's a turtle.
He looks like a turtle, yeah. His shoulders are way higher. His shoulders are completely wrong. They come off to the sides like this rather than being in this manner. I'll also put up a picture of the actual movie accurate look of the Hulkbuster, so you can compare that as well. You'll see that this is so much more accurate. This chest plate is the right size. On the Lego version, it's way, way larger. It also, the Lego version brings the This piece that actually lights up is actually way lower than it should be. It's down in his belly. His torso is way too long. His legs are way too skinny. And his ankles are way too small as well.
He has no ankles.
So there are just so many things that are wrong with the Lego version. And the fact is Ransom Fern was able to take all of the exact same pieces. There are no additional pieces in this set. He was able to take the exact same pieces and build a movie-accurate version of the Hulkbuster without anything additional. Which begs the question, like, why didn't Lego get this right the first time? Why couldn't Lego make this the right way? And a lot of people will say, well, the Lego one looks funky because they had to fit the $40 Mark 43 Iron Man on the inside. Well, guess what? This guy fits on the inside of this one too. We're probably not going to do it in this video just because it'll take a minute and I worry about breaking this. But
it's very fragile.
This guy does open up the same way. His shoulders move out like this. His chest piece opens. This opens. And you can actually fit the Mark 43 on the inside of this just like you could the other one. Now, a couple other differences is obviously you have the chest piece that lights up like this. Sometimes it stays on, sometimes it doesn't. But then you also have, I know in the Lego version the hands light up. Now the hands are very, very similar, but the hands actually have those white glow-in-the-dark pieces. They actually move the light bricks into the knees. So the knees light up on this one rather than the hands. That is kind of a downside. It would have been cool if the hands lit up, but they don't. But it does look cool in the knees as well. But yeah, just as we look at a 360 view of this set, you're just going to see like all of the detail that goes into this. I'll also show some pictures of the building process so you can see that internal skeleton. So you can see just how much work and detail goes on underneath the red and gold wrap that is on the outside of this set. Because this thing is dense. It is solid Lego. It's heavy. It's very, very thick. And
it's fragile.
It's very fragile too. You do have to be very careful on how you pick up this set because there are pieces that will definitely fall off. I found that the best way for me is just from the bottom. Got to get a little fresh with the Hulkbuster here. But after I got done building him, I picked him up from the waist and I actually lost these gold pieces here and just chunks fell off everywhere. It was very disappointing. I had to rebuild a large section of the Hulkbuster. So you got to be really, really careful. But once this is up on display, you're not going to have any problems with that. This isn't something that you're going to sit and play with. It's not something that you're going to like have like an Iron Man battle between different sets. This thing is humongous, and it's definitely built for display purposes. And it is going to be something that is going to be very impressive when, you know, people come to your home and they see it on display. Jackson, what are some things that you like about this massive UCS-style Hulkbuster?
Well, I really like how it is so much better and accurate to the movies. And he's not a turtle anymore. Yeah. He doesn't have no ankles and just feet.
Yeah.
One thing that I just don't like is all the holes. There's holes right here, there's holes right here, there's holes right here, there's holes everywhere.
Yeah, if you get up close and you look very closely, there are gaps and holes in this. That was a problem with the Lego version as well. I do know that. There was a lot more actually on the Lego version, especially in like the shoulders and arms. This one is definitely not without its gaps. If you look closely, you can see right through it in several different places. That's something that's just, when you have so many different angles and details in a build, that's something that's going to be very, very hard to completely cover up and rid yourself of. So I think they did the best they could with what they had. But yeah, it is apparent if you look very, very closely, especially at the feet. The feet are definitely,
right here.
You can see the gaps there in the feet. But overall, I don't think it detracts from the look of it when it's all built and on display. Are you going to go out and pay $550 for the Hulkbuster to build this alternate build of the Hulkbuster?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's so much better, but
still overpriced.
Yeah.
I agree. I wouldn't pay $550, but this thing is on sale all the time. I saw it just the other day at someone posted they found it at a Costco for $375. So you can find this, I feel like, all day long, like at different places for under $400. I'd say under $400, and if you like the Hulkbuster and you want this awesome huge display piece, it's almost like a statue. I think it's worth $400 all day long. If you can get it close to $300, I think it's a steal, and I think it's definitely worth your time and effort. Now, Like I said, it is a grueling process. It was very complicated and complex. Trying to find all the pieces out of 4,000 was not easy. At first, again, it was kind of like when I've made some of those alternate builds of the modular buildings, and I start out and I'm like, I made a mistake. What have I done? Like, why did I do this? Why am I putting myself through this? But as you go, it gets easier. You get less and less pieces. You're able to sort them better and better. And then by the last, like, I don't know, 1,000 pieces, I'd say the last quarter of the build, it becomes very enjoyable because you can actually find the pieces that you're looking for, and you don't have to dig through a million. It doesn't take forever. So it definitely gets more enjoyable as you go and easier. But if you're in for a challenge and you got the money to spend, you can find this thing on sale. I would definitely go for it. I think it's worth it.
You know what? If you build this in less than 3 months, comment.
You got us beat.
And you'll win a prize.
You'll win a prize. All right, Jackson's going to give you a prize. All right, now we're going to show this. We're going to pull out a few other sets just so you can see the scale of this set and how large it is. We're going to bring out some other sets to compare. And so this is the Battle of Wakanda version that came out a little while ago. You can see just how huge it towers over that. Here it is. You can see next to the Bowser. Bowser is a very large build when you actually build him initially, but you can see he absolutely dwarfs Bowser.
Here's Thor's hammer. That's actually pretty close.
This is probably the only thing that would look big in comparison is the UCS Razor Crest. You can see is, still looks pretty beefy and large compared to the Hulkbuster. But you can kind of see just how big this guy is. And here he is next to the Optimus Prime Transformer set. Like I said, it's hard to imagine just how big this Hulkbuster is until you actually build it yourself or see it in person. The thing is just a monster.
Yes, sir.
And then finally, here it is with the Infinity Gauntlet. You can see his hand is almost big enough that he could wear this Infinity Gauntlet like he does in the movie. Well, like the Hulk does anyway. So yeah, this thing is just huge. Alright, so there it is, the alternate build of the UCS style Hulkbuster from Lego Marvel. Do you have it? Do you want it? What do you think of it? Let us know in the comments below. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time,
Keep on building.